One sign you're more stressed than you think. Have you ever finally finished everything you needed to do? You sit down. The house is quiet. Your phone is beside you. Nothing urgent is happening. And yet, you still can't relax. Your body may be resting, but your mind is still moving. You're thinking about tomorrow. Replaying something that happened earlier. Checking your phone. Making mental lists. Feeling like you should be doing something productive. You might tell yourself, I just don't know how to switch off. But what if this isn't simply a personality trait? What if it's a sign that you're carrying more stress than you realize? Welcome to the Intuitive Calm. Today we're exploring one often overlooked sign of stress, the inability to truly rest, and what you can do about it. The sign you're more stressed than you think. One of the clearest signs that your stress levels may be higher than you think is this. You feel uncomfortable when you're doing nothing. You may feel perfectly capable of getting through a busy day. You go to work. You answer messages. You look after other people. You manage your responsibilities. You get things done. From the outside, you may look completely fine. But when the pressure stops, something changes. You become restless. Your mind starts searching for the next problem. You feel guilty for sitting down. You reach for your phone. You decide to tidy something. You check your emails. You start planning tomorrow. Even watching television can feel strangely unproductive. And without realizing it, you're turning every moment of rest into another opportunity to do something. This is important because stress doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes stress looks like never feeling off duty. Why this happens? When you've been under pressure for a long time, your nervous system can become accustomed to being alert. You're constantly anticipating. What's next? What might go wrong? What have I forgotten? Who needs me? What still needs to be done? Eventually, being busy can start to feel normal. And being still can feel unfamiliar. You might even find yourself saying, I relax once everything is done. But the problem is, everything is never completely done. There will always be another email. Another load of laundry. Another responsibility. Another appointment. Another problem to solve. So if your ability to relax depends on having nothing left to do, you may never actually reach the point where your body gets to rest. And this is where stress can become a cycle. You feel pressure. You become productive. Productivity gives you a temporary sense of control. But you don't actually recover. So eventually, your body remains tired while your mind remains switched on. What it can look like in everyday life. You might recognize this in small moments. Perhaps you wake up already thinking about your to-do list. You eat breakfast while checking your phone. You work through your lunch break. You sit down in the evening but immediately start scrolling. You go to bed exhausted. But suddenly your brain becomes incredibly active. You remember conversations. You think about tomorrow. You analyze something you said 3 days ago. You suddenly remember something you forgot to do. And then you wonder, why can't I just relax? Another sign can be feeling guilty when you're resting. You may have a quiet afternoon and think, I really should be doing something. Or perhaps someone tells you to take a break and your immediate reaction is, I can't. I've got too much to do. Even when you technically could stop, your nervous system may still feel as though you shouldn't. And over time, this can leave you feeling exhausted without necessarily understanding why. Stress isn't always an emergency feeling. One of the reasons people miss this sign is because we often imagine stress as something dramatic. We picture racing hearts, panic, crying, feeling completely overwhelmed. But stress can be much quieter than that. It can look like being constantly busy, being unable to sit still, feeling irritated by small things, struggling to concentrate, checking your phone repeatedly, waking up tired, or feeling like you're always behind. You might even think, I'm coping. And perhaps you are. But coping isn't the same as recovering. You can be functioning and still be carrying too much. You can be productive and still be depleted. You can appear calm while your mind is working overtime underneath the surface. That is why learning to notice the quieter signs of stress is so important. Try this simple check-in. So let's pause for a moment. You can do this right now. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Now ask yourself, when was the last time I rested without feeling guilty? Not watched television while scrolling through your phone. Not rested while thinking about work. Not sat down while making a mental to-do list. Actually rested. No productivity. No fixing. No planning. No performing. Just being. If you struggle to remember the answer, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It may simply be information. Your body may be telling you, I need more recovery than I'm getting. A tiny practice for today. You don't need to completely change your life to begin shifting this. Start very small. Choose 5 minutes today. Set your phone down. Don't tidy. Don't answer messages. Don't plan. Don't try to make the 5 minutes productive. Sit somewhere comfortable. Look out of a window. Have a cup of tea. Listen to the sounds around you. And notice what happens inside you. You may feel restless. You may feel bored. You may suddenly think of everything you need to do. That's okay. You don't have to make those thoughts disappear. Simply notice them. And gently remind yourself, I am allowed to rest before everything is finished. Repeat that slowly. I am allowed to rest before everything is finished. Again. I am allowed to rest before everything is finished. Because rest isn't a reward for being productive enough. Rest is part of being human. What your body may need isn't another productivity strategy, or a better planner, or squeezing more into your day. Sometimes what you need is recovery. A slower evening. A proper lunch break. More sleep. Time away from notifications. A walk without your phone. A few quiet minutes where nobody needs anything from you. And perhaps most importantly, permission to stop. You don't have to wait until you're completely exhausted to deserve rest. You don't have to earn it. And you don't have to justify it. So here's the one sign to remember. If you can't relax when nothing is demanding your attention, you may be carrying more stress than you realize. Notice it without judging yourself. Your body isn't failing you. It may simply be asking for something you've been postponing. Recovery. Take one small pause today. 5 minutes. No productivity. No pressure. Just you. And remember, you don't have to be falling apart to deserve care. Before you finish today, take a few minutes with your journal and gently explore these questions. 1. When I finally have time to rest, what thoughts or feelings come up for me? 2. What am I constantly carrying that I don't need to carry right now? 3. What would genuine rest look like for me today, emotionally, mentally, and physically? This is not about writing perfectly or finding the right answer. This is about letting the words come. Sometimes writing gives us a chance to hear what our mind has been trying to tell us all along. Before you go, I want to leave you with this. You don't have to wait until you're completely exhausted to take care of yourself. You don't have to earn rest. And you don't have to have everything figured out before you begin. Sometimes, simply slowing down enough to notice what you're feeling is the beginning of change. If you love writing, journaling, and developing yourself, Then you've come to the right place. Follow the intuitive calm for practical tips, gentle guidance and journaling ideas to help you learn to manage your stress through writing, reflection and self-awareness. Take a breath, pick up your journal, and give yourself a few quiet moments today. You might be surprised by what comes up.